Hello, ye beautiful, amazing people. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Iora Covenant. This episode, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about these, the Lachex regulators. Last time I was talking about having to expand our fleet capacity, and there were a couple ways I could get around that. Now that I thought about it, I'm part of a federation. And so federations do have a certain amount of a certain naval capacity in itself. Our fleet, our federation fleet has a naval capacity of 657. So I could build, I've got 20k worth of minerals, and I could invest all of that in boosting the strength of our federation's fleet, I could definitely pour all my resources into that for the next 7 years. Problem is, I cannot make ships for that fleet because I am not president of that fleet. I'm just going to quickly check to make sure I'm not talking out of my mouth. Outside of my mouth, that's what the phrase says. But I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. You have to actually be, you actually have to be the president of the Federation in order to invest and build ships for that Federation fleet. So right now, I cannot do that, which is a kind of a bummer because we need to build fleets of ships for in order to face off against the greatest threat that's come across us. But we can't do that. The other option I have available to me is to get the Galactic Force Projection. That would give me plus 200 to naval capacity. That would allow me to create about 40 battleships. Not to mention, actually, that 200 just adds to the base of ours. So if our base goes up by 200%, we get a huge bonus of, let's see, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. So there'll be a 55% increase to that 200. So we're looking at wow, our naval capacity would go up to about 900 and something, if not 1,000. So I could boost our naval capacity by almost roughly 400 if I went that route, and that would definitely help us out, because we would go from being inferior to their naval capacity to being about either equivalent or superior in naval capacity compared to them. So right now they're superior, we're inferior. I could totally change things around if I boost our naval capacity. The problem is we wouldn't have the option of having. Let me check. Nope, we can't. I don't have that research available. So I wouldn't have the option of what's it called? Galactic Contender. Right now, I can increase my diamonds by 33%. So even if I have a smaller empire, a smaller fleet, if I was smart about it, if I had the right weapons, and if I did have a little bit more fleet power than I do have, even if I didn't have the equal amount, I could still do a great deal more damage because of the 33% damage to fallen empires. Problem is, right now I can only choose one or the other. So if I do this Galactic Force Projection, I could very possibly build a nice sized fleet in a short amount of time. I mean, let's see, I've got 20,000 minerals. If I built all battleships, let's see, I could build more than. But it's only really 10. That's not so great, actually, when I think about it. I could build a little bit more than 10. Maybe like 12 or 13 or 14 battleships. But I could keep building as this. Every 2 or 3 months, I could build a new battleship. More like 3 months. Every 3 months, I could build a new battleship. And for the next 7 years, I could keep building up my fleet, and giving myself the fleet power I need. I could also just build a bunch of cruisers. I could build nice. I could actually probably build 20 cruisers in that time. I'd probably focus on cutting through their shields, because shields was a problem with me. If I can get past their shields, then with my cruisers, if my cruisers can pop in there, tear down their shields, then that would definitely help us out. So I might have like a fleet focus strictly on just going in there and hitting them hard and taking out the disruptors, taking out the shields. But yeah, if I can break through, so that's where I have to decide what am I going to do with this. Am I going to focus on just being able to build a larger fleet, or doing a little bit more damage with what little fleet I have? I think the smart move would be Galactic Contender, because I also have to take into consideration we still haven't had the end crisis yet. I'm not sure if the War in Heaven is the end crisis we're going to have, or if we're going to have intergalactic visitors, or if we're going to have interdimensional visitors. What? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really uncertain what I'm going to do. Everyone wants my liquids, my terraforming liquids. And no, guys, I mean, I love you guys, I love you, but not that much.
Construction
so in
complete.
essence, we really don't love them. Obviously, if we're going that route. They want to terraform. Probably this planet. This was probably the planet they want to terraform. It's the desert world. And they're like, we need to terraform this planet. What is this that they're... What planet type do they live on? No, they're Era world people, so that's the desert world they colonize. So what's their problem? Where are they trying to terraform? That's what I want to know. Maybe this tropical world is what they want to terraform. That's the size 23 world. Oh no, our leader died. How dare you die? This is the worst time to die. Let me pause this very quickly. This would help us out. Okay, actually no, it wouldn't. Fleet expansion. If his agenda was fleet expansion, or her agenda was fleet expansion, looks like it. How old are you? That's not the basis to choose who's going to be a leader. Fleet expansion would be really nice, because it would reduce ship upkeep, it would reduce ship cost to build fleet. It would increase the build speed of our ships. But this grow economy is really nice because it gives the 10% bonus of energy credits. As much as I want to build a large fleet, I don't have the energy for it right now. So that's another problem I have, is energy. If I could build a megastructure, that would take me roughly an age to honestly, any of these will work. I'm going to abstain and let them decide. That's how democracy works. So we're going to 10% bonus to our engineering credits. I kind of wish I was able to. But actually, look at that, plus 10%. That boosts our economy to plus 113. Okay, I'm okay with that. They were smart. They did a good move. That was good on their part. I want to do this, but I want to do this. Let's go with this because he's got a psychic and he's got the field manipulation. That's good. That'll recruit that. Boom. Okay. All right. We got 2 months to go before we get the targeted gene expressions, which doesn't really affect us too much because it would be great if we had the biological ascension track. Then that would be of importance to us. But since we don't have that, it's pretty much useless to us, because I'm not doing too much adjustment to our traits. Having said that, I've never actually upgraded my species traits. Do we have any negatives? Weak. Is that our only negatives? We're intelligent, and we're physically weak. So I suppose with another I could keep that weak there. I'm not really care about our army strength. We can just send more armors instead of. I might be able to make us see communals good. It'll make us happier with each other's company. Charismatic would be great for the diplomatic reasons. I'm not too concerned about that right now because we're doing good as far as diplomacy. what I need to worry about is either making us rapid breeders. Not too big of a concern about that right now. I need something that's going to help us out with conservative. That would increase the, that would reduce the cost of our pops when we give us more minerals, because we need more minerals. We always need more minerals. Nomadic, migration speed. I don't care about that. Okay. Are we natural sociologists? Really? That was my focus? Okay, well, that's good though. I mean, obviously it worked in our favor. So I'm not going to say anything about that. Okay, well, I can't think of any reasons to even care about this besides the conservatives. But I suppose we don't have enough trait points for Thrifty. Thrifty would give us a plus 15% of energy credit. So what I might do is invest research points, not research points, but yeah, research points, yeah, in upgrading my entire species, making us thrifty, and that would significantly boost the energy output on our worlds. Any world with my people on it, that would boost our energy outcome, and that would be great. That might be the difference between where we are now, where we need to be as far as building up a large, sizable enough fleet to contend with the fallen empire, the awakened empire. So, you know what? I'm going to do that. I've decided. We're going to be thrifty. And not agrarian. We're not going to be industrious. That would be not beneficial right now. Not beneficial at all. So let's cancel. Wait for that extra trait. And we're going to... How long far is that? 2 months. Okay, in 2 months, I'll do that. Of course, I have no idea how long it's going to take for us to actually get all that energy. But it's a start. I have to figure out how old our leader is, though. 59. Okay. So he might live a good home in the sky. This spaceport build cost minus 20%. Module cost minus 20%. Too bad I already built my modules. The fortifier. Okay,
incoming transmission.
I can always build some defense stations and fortresses now that would help us out if they were to decide they wanted to jump into our system and invade our territories. But they're still a bit out there. They're probably still going to hit these guys before they hit us. But if they hit these guys, they're our vassals, so that would directly affect us. Half of this galaxy is going to be engulfed in war pretty soon, because I mean, this is us. And that's them, and we're all part of the same federation. So if they declare war on, if these guys declare war on us, they're declaring war on all these guys. So how is these guys have 25k? These guys have. I'm gonna start looking at my allies and where they are. One of the benefits of what I did, kicking those other guys out, was that I really helped my entire federation out with. These guys have a 42.9k fleet. That is incredible. That's perfect. We need that. We desperately need it.
Research complete.
Let's do this. Great. Trade points. Tradition. Leader lifespan +5. I don't really care about that now. Naval capacity. That is what I'm talking about. Too bad we're not going to be researching that because, like I said, species. And this is good. Species. Us. Modify. Thrifty. And select all. How much is that going to cost us? 21,600. Okay. That's fine by me. So we have one trait pick left.
Situation log updated.
So it's going to take us 53 months to finish that, but then all of us will be thrifty, producing a lot more energy, and now 52 months is good. 53 months is good. That's and it's like a little over 4 years, maybe just about short of 5 years. So that's good. That'll help us out with the energy there. So I'm not. So now I can turn to colonizing more systems, colonizing more planets. So patience. Let's kind of go with this sector. How is my sector doing? That's not what I want to do. Sectors. I might not have to. I might not tax them. I might decide I'm not going to tax them at all. Anything. They've got a lot of minerals here. Because I want to colonize this world and this world. And I want to colonize this world. And I have too many worlds that are under my direct control that don't really need to be anymore. So I think I might put this planet, this generosity. Oh wow, generosity and kindness. I have two planets. There's two planets in that system. I might have to give that up. No, I don't want to give that up. Never gonna give it up. Never gonna let it down. Like, please don't do that, Antoine. Please stop. Cease and desist. Cease and desist. Ambition is. Well, that's when I was waiting for that to finish, so that's built. Now I can build my Pytharian stone buildings. Pytharian stone, where are you? Boom. There we go. I need those buildings. Bad. Boom. There we go. So you're gonna go right here. You're gonna go right here. Great. Once those are built, that's gonna give us a huge boost to our power. So that's good. I need now what I need is to build. Let's see, what's this guy doing? He's giving us the temple. We need that temple working so we can get some more unity. He's right there. This guy's kind of surfacing, so we need him to do something. And he's going to be working on our. No, he's going to be right here. And this is going to be a energy grid, so we can boost all the power built. Why is my unity going down for some reason? It used to be at 900, didn't it? Maybe not. I feel like something's missing. Huh. I'm gonna check something out. Communicate. Organize a festival. Does a festival increase unity? Increases happiness. It increases growth speed. Influence cost is -100. I can't afford to lose that much influence right now. So, okay, well, no deal, never mind. And that's a pretty good deal with the -500 for energy, but the influence thing is the killer. What? 0.96? What's happening here? Why am I losing influence all of a sudden? Sometimes I wish I had more information as to why certain things are happening. But I think that has to be directed towards my my people's happiness or something. Oops, it's frozen in time. Okay. What am I going to do here? That's in their space, not in our space. I've got a couple worlds in that system. There are 2 worlds in this system. You know what I can also do is I can just pump a bunch of resources and make these guys their own sector. What I might do is I might just do this. I might clear out their I'm going to clear out all their stuff here. I'm going to build all of the stations that I need to build. And then I'm going to make them their own sector. Yep. And I don't have to worry about food for them because they're going to get enough food. They're well developed enough to where they don't have to worry about that. And I can definitely give them enough resources to where they don't have to. What's this? It started to integrate the Kivira Nation. Oh wow, nice. Integrate those guys. What is this? Where's the Kivira Nation? I have no idea where those guys are. Okay. I'm surprised that these guys haven't awakened yet. I'm not saying I want them to, but they're fanatic xenophiles, so they're more likely to like us and join us. I mean, they're like, what, plus 40%, plus 20%, plus 10%. They're patronizing, but they would just bestow us gifts of technology, resources, and ships. So I'm completely okay with this. I'm completely okay with these guys awakening and becoming our friends, even joining our federation. I would gladly have them join our federation. They're equivalent in fleet power, equivalent in naval capacity, overwhelming in technology level. I could also go the exact opposite route, and I could declare war on these guys. I could take all their planets. And then that would make everyone very unhappy with this. But after I integrated them, then we'd be very powerful. But no, that's stupid. We can't have offensive wars. I don't have unrestricted wars. I'd have to liberate them. So that's I guess that wouldn't work anyway. Let's just check. If I were to declare war, I would have to. Yeah, actually, my only option is to seed planet. I could actually seed their worlds, but no one would ever agree with it. Oh, okay, they would actually agree with it. What? Are you kidding me right now? We could actually see all their planets. That is hilarious. It's crazy. But they would actually. Everyone would be in on it. Everyone's saying yes. Everyone is saying yes. I don't want to because they're the nice guys. They're actually the only nice people of the Fallen Empires. So I don't want to do that. Plus, they would, while we're equivalent, or maybe even be slightly superior as far as fleet power, I wouldn't want to put us in that kind of position. Because we would lose a lot a nice bit, and by the time that war was over, we'd probably have to go to war with these guys again. And as much as we probably get a lot of resources from those guys, these guys are so overwhelming and belligerent and negative. Man, I have to do something though. So with this extra bit of energy credits right here, I do want to. I'm gonna get started. I did say I was gonna do something, and I've been talking this whole episode, not really doing much of anything. I'm just like, what are you doing, Antoine? What are you doing? So acceptance. Where's acceptance? Right here. That's over there. Okay. Let's build power plants. I'm gonna put you right here. Put you right here. Put you right here. I don't have a job. I know. You're gonna be the first one to get a job. That's creating energy. Then you, energy. Yes. And you, energy. And where is that? Power plant. There you go. Energy. Alright. Then this guy, energy. and then some more energy. And then, of course, I do have to build one Paradise Dome. See? Reasons. Unity and happiness. So these guys are gonna go right there, right there. Alright, so that's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You know what? You know what? Let's skip it. I'm just gonna build them everywhere. We'll just fill them. They'll just I'm gonna get it out the way now, and as they come in, they can. Yeah, we're just gonna build them everywhere on this planet. He's gonna go right here. Now I've got the minerals for it, so I figure why not just go ahead and do it. I don't like the fact that I'm not taking advantage of those mineral resources, but right now I've got a bigger fish.
Construction complete.
And then our energy problem, because once my fleet leaves the spaceport, that 133 is going to turn. It's going to change very, very quickly. So the whole planet. Honestly, this is starting to feel a little.
Construction complete.
Little micromanaging here. There we go. Didn't really cost us that much, honestly. Right, built there. Okay, so we're gonna upgrade this building. Well, it's gonna take a while to get to that. I'll upgrade that eventually. Do I have a governor? I don't have a governor. I'm not gonna waste my energy getting a governor. Ooh, ship cost minus 10%. Ship build speed plus 20%. Spaceport module minus 10%. I might have to go with this guy, though. Seriously. We need that right now. But it also will cost me more influence, and I'm not even taking in more like 1, I'm taking like 0.97. So let me get my hold on. War in heaven. Ever since the awakening of the Lachiks and their ancient Klagian rivals, the two giants have been at odds, skirmishing and jockeying for influence, probing each other's might. This has resulted in a series of increasingly terse confrontations, finally erupting in an open battle between a Lachik fleet and their Klagian counterparts in a remote system. The conflict has now escalated into a full-blown war. What is that? 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 The conflict has now escalated into a full-blown war between the Lachik regulators and the Klagian fanatics. Each side has sent a representative to the younger races, promising great rewards for those who join them in their war, and terrible punishments for those who choose to stand against them. Choosing either side of this conflict will mean giving up our independence, but remaining neutral may be even more dangerous unless we can find other neutral party empires to stand by our side. I'm going to go with... Since the Lachiks are the ones that are angry with us, I'm keen on joining the Klagians, but the problem is, choosing either side in this conflict will mean giving up our independence. I'm not ready for that. We will not take sides in this conflict. So, here's what I'm going to do. What any smart person does, first I'm going to save it. Because I'm not a coward, but I'm not an idiot. So, if it's the wrong decision, you can bet your butt that next episode I'm gonna be like, well, you know what, I've decided. This is also a really good time to end this episode with this decision. So I can make a decision off camera, and if it doesn't agree with me, then I can be like, oh well, I'm not gonna do that. No. This is why you don't play Iron Man mode, because these decisions are so tough. I'm pretty sure I don't want to join either side, but I'm also pretty sure that I don't want to be on either of their bad sides. One major bright side of this is that we can hit both of them when they're not at their strongest. Negative side is this will become a three-way war in this galaxy, because they're going to have their independence, and they're going to have their these guys are going to have their independence. So there's going to be them and their subjects, and if we decide that I want my Federation to remain in whole, and I hope that they decide to stick with this and not flee, that's another thing I'm concerned about. I don't want my Federation to fall apart based on this one decision. If they decide to flee, then that's a problem. But if my Federation sticks together, and those other weaker empires join the greater army, those two are at war with each other. We're not in the war. So if one of them wins, the other one loses, and we can try to kind of claim some territory. I could pretty much I can declare war on whichever side is losing. Like, for instance, these guys, I want these guys to lose. I want the Latrix regulators to lose. So all of the resources I'm giving these guys, is a benefit to them. I mean, they're doing pretty well with those extra resources. Probably doesn't matter. It's probably like a drop in the ocean. But I do want those guys to win more than these guys. So if I can, if these guys can start to get hit pretty hard, we can declare war against them. I can get the United Nations of Earth, the planets that were taken from them. I can give the Pentagon United States some of the territory that they lost. Did they lose anything? I'm not sure they lost anything. I know these guys lost something, but I can get everyone back what was taken from them, and then we could even just take them out once and for all. Take their I want to take their ring world, and I want to convert that ring world into like either a research station or an energy station, all energy. And what is this? Beacon of stability. I think those things are damaged irreparably. Yep, okay, damaged irreparably, but they do have one spot here. Darn it, I can't. I really wanted to repair a ring world, and now I can't. I'm so disappointed. But this is where another decision comes in. Now that they're at war with each other, it's a lot less of a burden for me. I don't have to worry about these guys hitting us first. They're belligerent towards us, but they're not going to go to war with us while they're going to war against the other guys. So I saved it. I'm going to think about it, and we'll come back. Next episode, you will see what the choice was. Was I going to go to war with them as an ally? No, question. Was I going to join the Clagians as an ally and lose our independence? Or are we going to stick it out, stay strong, and hold our own, hoping that we can take advantage of both sides and become victorious in the galaxy, bringing unity and peace across the galaxy? Until next time, have a wonderful day, everyone. God be with you.